guys, what's up? Welcome to the Pornstar channel. Today I'm very excited about BTSD episode 7, and we are at Team Vibes. The day has finally come. This has been in the works for almost a year now. We're at our first team event, and we're gonna finally unveil the team, the name, the livery. This is a really big deal to me because I wanted to drive the Vibes events in the past. This looks like an absolute blast. This is at Lake Erie. I love coming out to Lake Erie, and this season Lake Erie is actually an FD track, and it's just been freshly repaved. I'm pretty sure this is the first drift event on the fresh pavement, and it's gonna be 3 days of absolute insanity. There is no B group drivers here. It's basically, in order to get into Vibes, you have to be on a team that gets approved to participate. So there is, I want to say 32, 33 teams here. So essentially this is all going to be just tandem runs and trains and craziness with a super fun looking layout. And the bumps that were plaguing Erie in the past, those shouldn't be a problem anymore. So this is going to be absolutely nuts, and in those 3 days we're really gonna have to pace ourselves, because otherwise we're just going to run out of rubber essentially. It's like the track goes hot in the morning and then runs into the night, and it's just hot grid. It's just blab 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 blab, and you can stay out there for as long as you want. This event is going to be the absolute pinnacle of seat time for this season, I'm sure, and it should just be an all-around good time. So yeah, we started our team YEET FLEET last year in the summer, but I don't know if you've noticed, 2020 was a little peculiar, you know, something about the sniffles that everybody was scared of and whatnot. So it was really tricky to get all the guys on track and do a proper unveil and get the livery done. It's just, last year was just a nightmare. So Team YEET FLEET, who's currently on it? Well, we have Jon Janke, Casey Rodriguez, Alan Boss, and myself. So it's a 4-driver team at the moment. So then this season started, and we were thinking that we would, unveil the team and really hit hard right off the bat and just drive a lot together. And arguably, Alan, myself, and Casey, we actually did that. But Jon, right as the season started, blew up his motor before he even made it to an event. And so he's got this really crazy Beretta build that drives but needs a body kit, because he's doing a custom white body kit on it. And he's got the Lincoln, which is ready to go, caged, everything, but he blew the motor. So he did the only logical thing. He didn't touch the car that drives, and he painted the one that doesn't. And so to actually get out on track again, he ended up buying a turnkey S13 that looks absolutely amazing. And I'm really pumped, because this is the first chance that I'm getting this season to drive with Jon, and in his new car no less. And the thing looks like a riot. It's an S13 coupe with an S14 front. It's got an LS in it, that thing is all kinds of silly, and it's a really cool addition to the fleet. It was a lot of work, but I'm so stoked with how this livery came out. This is basically pixel art that I just drew essentially by hand. And we wanted something, a pattern that is simple and fits on any car that we may add to the fleet. And I feel like this does the trick. tire debeat on the bank, running as high as I could, and I just managed to like maintain a decent drift on the wheel and not go into the wall, but that was sketchy as all hell. So don't need to do that again. chilling here in the back of my F-150 with my trusty Super Mario pillow, a sleeping bag, and a crib mattress. And it's, pretty tolerable. Yeah, this is my first Vibes event because, well, up until summer last year, I wasn't part of a drift team, and these are team events. So far, this has been absolutely nuts. So seat time is just off the charts. The track was essentially never cold. It was constantly running, and it started at, I want to say, 2 in the afternoon, ran till 11 o'clock at night, and it was just continuous drifting. There was barely a break in the action. Maybe 2 or 3 cars needed to get towed, but those guys were super quick. It took 5 minutes each or whatever. So it was just nonstop, send. So assuming you can afford tires and your car doesn't overheat and you can keep the car running, you could get as many laps here as you could ever want. And towards the end of the night, there were some of the wildest trains I've ever seen or been a part of. I'm not exactly sure as to the car count. I'll show you guys some of the 360 footage I got, but it must have been like 25, maybe 30 car trains. I'm not sure. It seemed like when people were pulling off track, more people were still entering the track to continue the same train. It just looked like the whole track looked like a bead necklace, just like car around the whole layout. So that was something else. That was pretty wild. And this was only day 1 of 3, so we'll see how the rest goes. Mustang, really liking how that drives now that I actually can sit in that car and, use it. That's nice. Real big improvement. Wish I got around to putting the hydro in, but even without the hydro, this layout really flows super well for that car. It's a lot of fun. And that car, without the mufflers, so that I can finally actually hear it rev, it just sounds so nice. And the thing just shreds. It's a lot of fun to drive. Gave a couple people ride-alongs, and everybody was super stoked about it. It was a good time. Blue, of course, performed the way Blue always does. Didn't use hardly any rubber, and was able to lay down some pretty good lines. Nothing bad happened. I lost a bumper on the Mustang once. Not really sure how that happened, but yeah, overall, this has been a blast, and this is a third of this event. This is just nuts. Good morning, and welcome to my humble abode. So I just had a shower, and I almost feel like a person again, which is nice. One of the benefits of the newer F-150s is that when you fold the rear seats up, the floor is actually flat. So I have a crib mattress in here. I've got pillows. Really freaking sick pillows, I may add. And throw a sleeping bag or a blanket or something in there, and you almost have a legit bed, So I've spent quite a few nights in here over the drift seasons. And yeah, for a 3-day event like this, instead of pissing away money for a hotel room, I'd rather spend that on overpriced tires. at Vibes has really tried its hardest to kill us all. On and off storms, crazy winds, you know. It's been a lot of fun. And so one of the huge benefits of an enclosed trailer like my buddy Jon has is that, of course, you have a mobile outpost that you can spend time in and stay out of the weather. But one of the often overlooked benefits of my open trailer, and one of the reasons I love it, is it's an open center trailer. And so you're basically bringing a mobile pit to the track, or a mobile lift, if you will. And it's so nice to just be able to drive a car on there and work on it from underneath, like Jon did yesterday, to top off the trans fluid on his T56. Instead of having to do some wackadoodle setup with jack stands and all this crap that's always sketchy as hell, just drive the car on the trailer, use the open center, get underneath there and wrench. So when your team has both, it really complements each other so nicely. Loving it. Okay, we survived day 2 of the madness that is vibes. Man, I just can't even, like, it's just, yeah, you have to be here. It was absolutely bonkers. So Friday was already dope. Saturday just stepped everything up another notch. If you've watched any of my other stuff, and you know me in person, like, you know how I feel about seat time and how important that is. I've never been to an event like this as far as that's concerned. Like, you would need a fully staffed crew, endless tires, and like 4 cars so that you can alternate them and they cool off in between or whatever. And even then, like, as a driver, you couldn't even drive all the seat time that's available to you. Like, you could literally turn like 400 laps in one day. It's just absolute insanity. I didn't keep track of how many laps we did, but we took it super easy. We hung out a bunch in the pits, chatted with people, just had a good time, made sure the cars and the tires never got too hot, you know. And we probably still got like 50 or 60 laps, not even trying, you know. So it's just nuts. May have broken some sort of record for the trains yesterday. They were even more nuts than on day 1. So, like, I think we filled literally the whole oval with cars, and everybody went in one big train. And I mean, it was so packed that when you were done with your lap, you couldn't pull off track because there was just a traffic jam of cars coming off the track trying to line up for the next lap. It was, yeah, I've never been in anything like this before. This is a whole new level of nuttiness, you know. And as sick as this event is, it came with some major bummers. So for one, we've really all looked forward to Unveil our team, YEET FLEET, here at Vibes, because it seemed like this is the ultimate event to do it. It's a team event, right? And we're like a new team. I mean, we founded it last year, but this was going to be the Unveil and whatnot, livery and what have you. So the major bummers are Alan didn't make it out because his car was pretty wrecked, and he tried like heck but couldn't make it. So it was Jon, Casey, and myself. And Jon has had a bit of a turbulent off season trying to get a car to go, despite having two. But you know, builds are never easy and things come up. So he actually ended up getting a third car. One of the nicest S13 coupes I've ever seen. Thing's absolutely mint, you know. Such a nice cage. Such a cool setup. Kooky S14 front on it. LS1. Yesterday was his second event, and he drove a couple laps with us, and it's like he was never gone, you know. We just hopped in and everything just flowed, and he did amazing. And about halfway through the day, it went doink, and there was a big hole in the oil pan, and the LS was no more. Yay. So yeah. By comparison, my issues were really minor. I debeated a tire and scuffed up a cheap wheel on blue. No biggie there. And then the Mustang decided to no longer want to drive. So I want to give a big shout out to the geniuses at Ford that developed a clutch sensing switch for these cars. What a magnificent piece of technology you guys have developed there. Just like, take those and shove them right, you know? Yeah, shove them up there good. Thanks guys. Love those things. It's really cool when you have a car that's mechanically 100% there, and then there's one fucking switch under the dash that doesn't let you run the car, and then it's a dealership only part. Yeah, so good guys. We should do more of that. Like, put more switches on those cars. Like, fucking put one in the seat too. fun. Like, you know, like blue, it's like a precision laser.
Yeah.
And this is like a sledgehammer to the face.
Just all
it's just like zero cultivation, zero like trying to make it nice. It's just nope, Merca.
Yep.
You don't want to follow this.
Okay, follow me.